Welcome back, everyone, to the Moonsea. I'm, of course, your host, Erik Malkavian, as Evilar, Nasherful, in Tyrants of the Moonsea. If you remember our last exciting episode, we destroyed that fool Grosgon, and cleared the last of the infernal invaders, with him being from Limbo, or where in the hells he's from. So we are continuing on our way to seek out this Magnus, who's the gentleman we met in Volnar. Okay. Let's check our status again. We seem to be doing relatively well. Inventory wise, let's do a quick check. Guys tend to run through them rather quickly. Let's carry on. Do you prefer my long sword, since I have some additional ability with it? Let's make sure that we got all the loot from there. I did notice this chest here. Disappointingly empty. As you approach the gates, a crazed old man hobbles over to you and begins jabbing a gnarled finger in your face. His wispy white hair and manic pale blue eyes give him the appearance of some kind of wraith. Something wrong here? Infidel! Thieving cur! Putrid crust of the scab of humanity! Festering boil the armpits of all that is holy! Give her back, damn you! Give her back! He grabs and tears his hair in frustration, pulling out clumps that drift to the snow-speckled ground. Push the old man away. 2 points towards evil. The old man tumbles to the ground and a heap as you push him away, shrieking and throwing his arms like a child in the midst of a tantrum. Several moments pass before he gets to his feet. foul knave, demons Bob, rob an old man, will ya? You'll pay for this, I tell you. My spoon calls me. It begs for release from your tyrannical grasp. I shall not fail. With that, the old man totters off. Crazy old man. I had 9 graves. I don't know who in the world he thought he was. I'm not sure who he thought he was, but I've come to learn action is much better. Put our weapon away. Good day.
Greetings to you.
Excuse that little altercation behind me. This fat, balding man appears to be involved in a heated discussion with his wife. He shakes his head and nods weakly as he launches into yet another ferocious tirade. Father telling me at the time, Amber, you're dragging the family name down. I'm marrying that jumped-up baker's son. And by gum, he's right. You're as helpless as that one-armed stable boy. Excuse me, miss. I need a drink before I can listen to the rest of this. Some delicious spring wine. Okay, carry on. But dear, it wasn't his fault that horse boiled it. Your good friend Eleanor Highblossom got to close the stall. Oh, really, Chaswick? You're pathetic. It's just like you to make excuses. I wonder what feeble explanation you're going to supply this time. You wanted to accompany me here, dear. I told you to stay at home, but you insisted on coming to visit William. Oh, so it's William's fault now, is it? Good gods, man! Have you no shame? In case it slipped your mind, you're my husband. You're supposed to look after me. Here we are, stranded outside the city gates in the freezing cold, miles from home. The merchant, Cheswick, notices you watching. Excuse me, sir, but we caught us at a bad time. Something I can do for you? What's up? Who are you? Name's Cheswick. This is my darling wife, Amberlyn. We travel north from Zambia, planning to deliver my merchandise and visit Amber's dear friend William. Things haven't quite gone as planned. You can say that again, you big old. Poor William, I dare say he's had his servants prepare a welcoming feast. Now thanks to you for going to disappoint him. Yes, dear. So what's your problem here? And what do you know about the city? I know little about the city, I'm afraid. It's been 10 years since I was last here on business. Now it's just but a brief visit. Oh? And so what's the problem here? You tell him, Cheswick. You tell him how stupid you are, dragging your poor delicate wife all the way north for due such frightful weather. Conditions not to mention all the talk of cultists, cavorting with demons, and who gods know what else. Yes, dear. Well, as I was about to say, the Red Plumes confiscated my merchandise as soon as we arrived here. Apparently, the Lord of the city has passed a new edict saying that all goods entering the city are to be confiscated. And why are goods being confiscated? I assume it has to do with this order people are groping about. Lord Mither is a paranoid man at best times. Probably why he's managed to rule the city so long. So why are you guys still out here? Red Plumes won't let anyone into the city. They took our merchandise and locked us out. Thought about heading west to Volnar, but even if we make it that far, I've heard the town was attacked by demons. Don't worry, safe. It's a disaster. Oh, do shut up, Cheswick. You're embarrassing me. Father always said Cheswick lacks the breeding to keep his chin up when times are hard. Anyway, I'd rather talk about something else. Yes, how do you stop yourself from killing your wife? Why? I've never been so insulted. Jessica, you just gonna stand there? Defend my honor, man. Oh, well, if I were 20 years younger, I'm not exactly in the best shape. He does have a point, you know. Oh, forget it. Sorry for even considering the possibility. You showing backbone, you miserable man. Oh, yes, there. Okay. Anyway, you have better luck than me. Anyway, they look like they're ready for something. Check them around. Oh, hell. I guess there's no way around this front gate.
Are you
Sorry.
an imbecile?
No can do.
Are you an imbecile? I told you about talking to me like that. I told you about talking to me like that. Anyway.
I greet you.
Halt! Hillsfar ain't opening its gates to anyone who ain't a red plume. Unless you possess a permit from Lord Mather himself, the gate's closed. So why is Hilsfar closed? Lord Mather ain't no fool. If the gents march here, they'll have to camp outside in the freezing cold while we're safe behind the walls. Anyone trapped outside will freeze. That's not my problem. Any side be a spy for Zeno Keep or one of them order cultists. Honest folk are home behind closed doors. I need to speak to Officer Onehand. Red Plume starts at the mention of Kalor. Aye, why would Captain Onehand be interested in like you? It's important that I speak with him. Oh, for the love, you better pray you have a good reason for disturbing him. You wait here while I go fetch Captain Onehand. Kalor Onehand is a tall, scowling man of middling years. In his right hand grips a flaming long sword. A magnificent blade that ejects sizzling sparks onto the snow. His left arm ends the stump, the source of his name. Damn it! What nonsense is this? I'm a busy man. You'll pay for calling me down here in the freezing cold, no less without good reason. I don't even know who in the nine blazes you are. Blood and ashes. Hang on a second. I don't want to hear it. Get through that gate before you talk yourself to even more trouble. The guard on the gate through sniggers as the officer breaks you. Onehand whirls around and yells at this underling. You, guard! Fun's over. Get back to guarding this gate. Make sure you do it properly, or I'll have you shoveling snow for the next 10 days. Make it 10 days. The fierce shove, one hand propels us through the gate into Hillsfar. Sorry about that. My men are loyal to me. The master has eyes and ears throughout the city. That little show was necessary to avoid drawing suspicion. My companions are still outside the city. I'm afraid I had no choice. Even for me, opening gates was a risk. Last thing I want to do is draw attention to it. You won't be here for very long. In a few hours, you'll be able to resume your journey. I'm sure your friends will wait for you. Alright. I got a few questions about Hilsfar. We'll have plenty of time to talk once you're out in the cold. Okay. Tell me what to do next. These are dark times. This cult is targeting the Zentarian, but Hilsfar is the most likely outlet for the Black Network's wrath. War looms closer daily. The order needs to be stopped, and soon. There's an inn not far from here. The Diamond in the Dung. I know the name. But anyway, there we can speak in private without arousing suspicion. I'll see you there shortly. Oh, and welcome to Hillsfar. So, probably best put my weapon away. No. Okay. There you have it. Companion still outside. Let's check our journal. City of Trade. Hilsfar is covered in a blanket of snow. Kalor fears it will soon run with the blood of Zento Keep when it breaks out. He's asked me to meet him at the Diamond in the Dung Inn. Okay. Alright, so let's head there. Don't want to really bring attention to myself. Alright, let's head out. See if he marked it on my map. It's right there. The market is almost empty. The biting cold after the war has preceded most folks to remain in their homes. Exotic looking maids and solemn druid glare at each other across the square. That is not my problem. Okay, where's the entrance to this place? Head down. Few patrons that have braved the cold weather for the warmth of the inn watch you with interest. The young innkeeper gives you a quick nod and returns to polishing its glasses. Only to meet him here.
Well met.
Kalor looks around quickly as you approach, beckoning you into the corner of the inn. We should be safe here. You can never exercise too much caution whilst in Hilsfar. Remember that. Mather has eyes and ears throughout the city. The rogues guild report directly to him. Interesting. Most rogues guilds operate outside of the authorities. The previous leader of the guild held the same bill. He quickly disappeared. His successor widely chose to reconsider the guild's position. Okay, I want to know a little bit more about you, Kalor. You've come recommended. I was born on a farm, tilling the fields. You know the whole story. My family was butchered. Group of orcs from the citadel of the Raven. I killed them all, lost my hand. Despite that, Red Plumes took me in. Okay. Long story short, Master seized the city. Captain Jorgen decided to back him. And so the Red Plumes became another tool and cog, an instrument for the tyrant of Hillsfar. Okay, tell me about this Captain Jorgen. What's he up to? He was, quote, was a great warrior. Still is, although the years are slowing him. Jorgen gave me the chance to prove myself in the Red Plumes. His disposition has soured since, but I'll always be grateful to him. Takes a look around. So how'd you come to know Sherilyn? Kalor gives you a silent moment, remembering events many years past. She was a young lass when I first set eyes on her. Her father had just been taken by a group of Red Plumes, a group of which I was a part. Mather had issued a death sentence for any non-humans that remained in Hilsfar. I smuggled Sherilyn and her mother out of the city before my fellows slaughtered them. It was already too late to save her father. In the years that followed, I swore I would never allow such a tragedy again. I resolved to rid Hillsfar of Mather. I kept in touch with Sherilyn. We were never more than friends, but I grew to love her. Tell me about this Mather. He sounds like a monster. He has succeeded in making Hillsfar the most powerful city in the Moonsea. When many predicted it would fall to Zentarium or the blades of Mole Master. He's not an evil man, no, he's worse. Sounds like someone that works for the Zenthal Keep. Maybe he belongs to Cyric. Mather cares not for evil or cruelty. He takes no pleasure in suffering, yet he would exterminate an entire population in an instant if he felt it threatened Hillsfar's prosperity. Keyword prosperity, I see. Manchun may be more powerful, Lord Fasu more infamous, but Mather is the most ruthless man in the Moonsea. Okay, let me ask you something else. Okay, so enough questions. What are we up to here? Down the business. I've learned a little bit about the Order of the Crippled Fang. Reports I received make for grim reading. Much as I hate Mather, I'm not convinced he has anything to do with this cult. It isn't his style. It's too chaotic, too risky. And why do you say that? Mather is a consummate schemer. He never risks playing his whole hand. Does need to. As a diversion designed to weaken Zentarian, the Order's activities are too overt. Hilsfar involvement would place trade with Sembiaris. So if the Order aren't agents of Hilsfar, who are they? Well, I knew who they are. They're for Cyric. The Mad. The Prince of Lies. Sorry. This Magnus is an archmage of a great power. That much is clear. I've learned that the cult includes priests of Cyric, as I just said, as well as veteran warriors, former Red Plumes no less. Yes, I've met these priests of Cyric. The presence of Cyrus suggests the Dark Sun, the Prince of Lies, is somehow involved with the cult. Perhaps the Order is an offshoot of the Church of Cyric. Their chaotic activities are more in keeping with the Prince of Lies and Matthew. So why would Red Plumes join a cult? Makes no sense. Even Mather couldn't arrange for men and women to abandon their families and join some violent order. Over 100 have recently deserted. That's several patrol groups. Do you know anything more about this Magnus? Whoever he is, he keeps his presence a secret for many years. From the scattered reports I've received, he wields power and magic that few, either Mazoon or Mather, could hope to match. So is Mather a mage too? Well, I'll have you know that we just destroyed the Arch-Lich, a Bane Lich, back in Volner. But I digress. I doubt a mage of such power will agree to do the bidding of another. What or who exactly is a cripple Fang? Not certain, given the proximity of ancient Mithranor. I wonder if it's some kind of devil that's escaped the ruins. Alright, just direct us into the direction of the Order and where they're hiding out. I've received several reports of murders near Elventree, just outside of Cormanther's forest. I believe the Order of the Cripple Fang is holed up there somewhere. The vast wilderness is the perfect place to hide. Tell me more about this Elventree. It's a small village on the edge of Cormanther, home to elves, half-elves, rangers, and druids. Mather would dearly love to send the Red Plumes raises to the hells. The Daleland would be up in arms in an instant if he made such an attempt. Okay, tell me more about this Cormanther. Cormanther is the largest forest in Nether Faerun. No man, woman, or beast knows all its dark secrets. Assuming the Order is acting alone, they would need a constant source of food such as the forest might supply. Okay, anything else? There's drow in the forest, but few so close to the border. Makes sense to assume the murders were the work of the Order. My contact in Elventree will know more. Alright. Well, then Elventree is where I'm headed. Whatever you decide to do, there's a small task you need to perform before you can leave Hilsfar. What? Alright, tell me about the task. You better make sure you have everything you need. I don't want you to do this before you're fully prepared. Back once I'm prepared. Oh, man. Alright, we'll be back. let's go get a room. It's a rather long journey here.
Hi there.
Fresh-faced young man is not one to expect from an innkeeper. Raising eyebrows as you approach. Customer. One of only a few outside the Red Plume set foot here recently. All the talk of evil cultists, folks would rather be inside their houses. Who can blame them? Want to rent a room. Well, you can't do that, sir. Since Lord Mather ordered the city locked down and no demand for rooms. I've closed up before for the time being. Sorry. Good drink. Got nothing. Alright, 7 hells.
Something I can do for you?
Cold day to be out on the street. What the hell type of marketplace is this? The ornate shop front indicates this building that may have been a small temple. Red plumes eye you suspiciously as you approach the entrance.
Hello.
This merchant dresses smartly. His handsome face looks like him appear younger than he is. Okay, anyway. Ah! It's always a pleasure to see one of your persuasion in my establishment. I'm tedious. Tell me, friend, were you looking for leather, wood, and other fabric? No. Not necessarily. As you know, tools of the trade, whatnot. Certain that one of your professions needed items. What's they say for adventure? Okay. Good, I want to ask you a couple more questions. Questions, eh? This is what I normally say my deepest apologies, good sir, but too busy. Truth is, though, I haven't had a customer all day, so tell me a bit about Hillsfar. What do you want to know? Tell me about this arena. The arena is mapped out as pride and joy. Like all good tyrants, his lordship enjoys nothing more than senseless brutality out in the name of justice. But did I just say justice? I meant entertainment. So we're all the non-human races. Mather hates non-humans to the core of his hell beating. Could be considered an amusing character trait. Were it not for the hundreds of innocents that have died simply for the crime of not being human. So why are the city gates locked? Last thing Mather once would talk war is spies from the Black Network worming their way into the city. He's preparing Hilsfar for the metal war with Zental Keep. There have been rumors, spoken only in whispers, of red plumes going missing, and not just red plumes, but hardened veterans that have been in the city company for years. How this fits is everything else I don't know. I said can't be good. Okay. Let's talk about something else. You got anything for sale? You sell stuff, right? Why is business so bad? There's normally a fairly decent trickle of adventurers into Hilsfar, despite the lordship's ban on trade, but with Hilsfar under lock and key, customers have dried up. Alright. So, okay, let me see what you have. Flushes a smile. Aye, that I do. I know quite a few in the venturing trade. Was in myself when my leg went bad. Lordship method does not approve of adventures or those who cater to them. So I try to be discreet. Let me see. Okay, anyway. Alright, we'll be back. Well, I'm tired. I don't know what I'm going to do about this. I don't know if I can leave the city and come back. I don't know. Well, I don't know. I hope I can find a place to sleep because maybe he's got a basement.
Well met.
Looks like you, Mo. You see something strange in his eye. Regret. Suddenly whistles, and a large group of red plumes burst in. Familiar crazed face at their head. Well? Well? What in the 9 hells is going on here? So I got some sleep. What in the 9 hells just happened? You have awakened in a strange place. Your head throbs with the pain. You realize that you're in the dreaded Hillsfar arena. For a moment, there's little to do but speak with your fellow gladiators. Wait for someone to unlock the door to your cell. By the 9 hells, I knew it.